Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo! Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I had to push back other content because I wanted to get this video out. It was first brought to me by Gregor, who you may remember that name as he's one of our primary guys that I work with a lot when it comes to things in the game, when it comes to the mechanics and what works. And this morning I had to drop a heater for you. I even set this thing to go at like 8 a.m. because I wanted you to know about it. Because it honestly is a great thing. Once again, why do they not say things they do? Well, maybe they did this by accident. I don't know. Like, I feel bad now. Like, maybe I shouldn't make this video at all. Maybe they don't even know they did this. Maybe I'm about to ruin something really good. I've never done that before. I've never accidentally ruined something really good in the game. Nope. Not once. Anyway, I want to talk about an improvement they made in the game, hopefully intentionally, and hopefully this video does not remove that intention, because that would be really bad. But to something that many of you have been complaining about, and especially us nerds with our math and our battlelogs have been complaining about for some time, and that is burning. And what I mean by fixed it, made it to where the officers now, especially when it comes to cards like Nero, who we're going to focus on, can actually continue to proc and have continual activation. Now, all this probably sounds really confusing, so let me go over the basics of what I'm talking about right now by bringing up the officer himself by hitting the wrong tab. What an idiot. Okay, officers tab. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sort by group, and we're going to focus on the original set with Nero. Now keep in mind, this is not the only burning officer in the game. In fact, there's a lot of burning officers. But this is the biggest one that most people pay attention to because the way that Nero procs. And honestly, he's the easiest to come across that can give you a decent level. Now, I've not maxed mine out. One of those reasons being, well, why focus on him? Because he wasn't working as effectively as before. And what you essentially has had was this ability. Every time the ship strikes the opponent with a weapon attack, Nero has a 40% chance of burning it for 2 rounds. The stickler here was because of Nero's activation, you would find that especially with something like an auger, you would skip around where you couldn't have a continual activation. And what I mean by continual activation is, let's say Nero procced in round 1 at the end of the round. Maybe he gives you that next round, but then the second round, you don't get what you're looking for. Maybe it's the third round, depending on how our proc activation is. And it would never proc enough to where it just continue to capitalize and carry over itself. You never had that continual run. Now you do. And it's freaking awesome. Because here's how it changes the game for you. A lot of officers in the game that use burning have gotten better in some ways over time. For example, Vemet, who is part of the same group. Let me hit this left here, go to Vemet. Vemet, at one point, did not do 750% when it came to the reduction of shield health. And what I mean by that is, back in the day, Vemet actually did not have this level. He did not do 750. So they actually improved him to make him match Spock, who is the original shield regenerator that we all focus on. And while there are other shield regenerators in the game now, Spock is the one that we know as early morale. We talk about players getting morale as early as the teens and really using it as a heavy crew in the 20s. But we have not always talked about using burning in that way. And the reason has always been Nero. Nero has not held as much value because he just simply did not work as well as something like morale did, which would be Kirk. Now, however, there's a difference and there's a change, and we're going to hop into the battlelogs to prove to you that change and show you that it is real and how that actually can be beneficial to your gameplay. Now, I want to take a couple of little side notes here before we get too crazy, and this is me adjusting the screen behind you if you're wondering what's going on. But a couple little asides. This still is not going to be like game breaking or game changing. This does not suddenly make burning the best thing in the game. But what it does is it makes burning officers more consistent, more predictable, and easier for you to use and manage and understand in the game. And here's how. Let's take an officer such as DJ Aoki, who I've got to rank 4, which is he works the exact same way as Zhao. They finally fixed this tooltip. Thank you for that. At the beginning of each round, if the opponent is burning, DJ Aoki increases the armor, shield deflection, and dodge of your ship by 250% of the health of all officers on the ship. So essentially, he's a mitigation officer. The key is while burning. Now imagine if you had this guy and you could only run him, say, every 2 out of every 3 rounds. 66.67%. You like having mitigation, but you kind of need it consistently for it to really matter. That's the big stickler. Now with burning working, you are getting that, which means that you can say with DJ Aoki have maximum mitigation throughout an entire fight after round 1 with Nero. We'll talk about that in a second. But that's not the only one. There are other officers that use burning to get better and to do certain things in the game. That's simply an example. Vemet was another one that I mentioned. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to hop into some logs and talk about that, because I went with my auger, which, oh, buddy, does the auger like this too. Want more damage with your auger and your obliterator weapon? That's really going to help out. So you see I ran a lot of logs here. And we're going to focus on some of these here at the top. Also, Gregor ran a lot of logs, and we want to, I don't need to go through all of them to prove it to you, but we can go through some. So here we have this log. We're with this battle log right here. And you see I'm using Kumak as captain, DJ Aoki, and my man Nero. Now we need Nero to proc. He's only rank 4, but the whole point is, will he proc? Round 1, remember Nero can proc at the end, so here's him getting hit. But the consistency. Now let's look. Round 2, Kumak's active, DJ's active. Don't worry, we're going to easy test this. Easy test this. There's Nero again. Active again. Active again. Active again. Active again. Man, oh man, oh man. Active again. Technically, there's a chance to do it every single round. Active again. Active again. Active again. 11 for 11 there, or was it 10 for 11? So, let's hop back up to the top and let's talk about why that matters. So, with these officers active, and if they stay active every single round, I want to scroll up to the very first round to kind of prove to you what I'm saying. And to do that, we're going to bring in our handy dandy calculator, because we like calculators here. Calculators are fun. So, click the button and there it is. Look at that powerful, powerful tool known as a calculator. It's crazy. Actually, something's bugging me real quick. I got to fix it. Give me a second. Okay, that white border at the top is really bugging me, but I guess I'll just deal with it. Nope, I won't. I got it. Anyway, sorry. So let's start this right now. Now this is the first one. We're going to redo it anyway. In fact, we'll use the one at the very top because I didn't use that one first. So we're going to see this out and we're going to say, look at the damage. We're talking about DJ Aoki's ability. So we're going to use this test by testing DJ Aoki's ability. Is he active in all these rounds? And are we getting a bonus from him? So to do that, we need to find our test round, what is our starting point so we know when he's not active, how's it working? So we're going to take the mitigation of this auger, 131,984. That's how much damage it mitigated. And then we just simply take the number right above and divide it by to get our percent. So we're going to divide that by 226,319, and we get 58.3% is the amount that we mitigated from that. Now we need to know if DJ Aoki is working. We need to prove DJ Aoki is working. So we're going to start with round 2. Here we go. Let's do some numbers. We see DJ's right there, so let's make sure it works. See it out. Let's do the top one. 260, 612. Then we're going to take that same thing we just did right there. This is a critical, but should be fine. Divided by 366, 210. 71.16%. Now, if you look over on my calculator, you can see I've already done other ones before, so we're matching up every time we do this. Let's go to another round. Let's just scroll here. Let's see, we got DJ Aoki. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Just keep it going. Keep it going. 143,586 divided by 201,692. Well, there's DJ again. That time is max mitigation. That must be nice. That's that Kumak effect. Max mitigation. Let's do another round. 2 rounds in a row. Why not? Sorry, got to raise it up just a bit. So 165,197. And this is just using DJ as an example, by the way. We can use other officers as well. Oh, look, max mitigation again. Does it happen in the next round? This is technically not supposed to ever happen. 167,311 divided by 235,008. Max mitigation once again. So you can see the importance here. We're continually going through. This is just one log. You don't have to worry about it. Oh, one log. Maybe that was something tricky went on. Something was crazy. Shouldn't have happened. Let's look at another log. Same thing. Nero activate. Kumak DJ Aoki, 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 Kumak DJ Aoki. Continual proccing. So now burning has the same ability to be as useful in actual activations and actual usefulness in the game as morale. Early on, Gameplay at the very start can now be equal, like Hull Breach that we always push, how you can combine it with critical builds. Morale, how we always wanted the regeneration with Spock on shields. Now you have a counter to that. Now, if you're an early player with Vemet at a high level, Nero and DJ Aoki, you can take on morale and possibly negate it or win. Because if Spock's doing 750 regen and you're doing 750 reduction, plus you've got mitigation that they don't have, wow. Think of the things that you can build now with them simply taking the time to make things work how they should have been working the entire time to begin with. This continual activation have an extreme amount of value, especially for the lower and mid-level players, but also at the upper tiers as well. Making Nero more valuable means that you can now have an entire new PvP crew built around that. That doesn't mean this is going to change, especially if you're a higher level player, that you're going to change your PvP crew around that one little aspect, but it does mean and you're getting more options by simply making this one change and making him more viable in terms of a continual carryover type of officer. Keep in mind that I'm using a rank 4 who might not always proc every round. Rank 5 really going to do it. This adds more value to the game by simply, like I said, changing something to work in a way that it should have worked before. Similar to how Kirk matches. So now we've got Nero can match to Kirk. We've got Vemet who can match to Spock. We've got DJ Aoki who can match how Zhao can work. Really giving Romulans even more love. We talk so much about how the Federation has massive love in this game. Well, Romulan's getting some too. So that's the big news in this video. Burning is, I don't want to use the word fixed. Burning is valuable. How about that? Burning is valuable, and here's how, and here's a change that's made it more valuable in the game. And if you enjoyed watching this, enjoy seeing how it works, or if you have questions, I need to know in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit the like on this video. It looks like this. A little thumbs up, and live long and prosper. Stay safe out there, Space Cowboys. Let me know what you want to know about the next Star Trek Fleet Command video down there. I know there's tons of things that y'all want me to make, but I really had to get this out because this is a big game changer for a lot of players in the game. So share this out with your alliance, your friends, your servers, your Discord, your social medias, and we'll catch you on the next one. Deuces! That's me. We outie.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.